Hello, my name's Bont, Richard Bont, and this is Curmudgeonly Yours, a show on Society Bites Radio, part of the Radio Ear Network family, supplying social interaction for the mind and soul. The introductory and concluding music to this show is La Polonaise by Wieniawski, played by Max Bont. I am your host and curmudgeon, where everything is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. And what is not said is often of most interest. Hello, this is Richard Bont, and this is Curmudgeonly Yours on Society Bites Radio. Today, I am very happy, very excited to introduce to you my friend Julie Stewart, and the program today is A Great Plan B. Julie Stewart and I met through mutual friends, and now I am a raving fan customer of hers. Julie worked in the healthcare industry for 26 years until she hung up her white coat and retired her Plan A for her Plan B. And this is what we all need today, I think. Today, she's going to share with us why everyone should have a Plan B and how she found hers and things to think about when looking for one for yourself. So, Julie, welcome to the program. Welcome to Curmudgeonly Yours.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the show. So, Julie, I understand that you have a home-based business in the network marketing field and that you feel really grateful, especially now during this turbulent time when we all have to be in our homes. Nobody's going out. You have told me that you feel everyone should have a Plan B. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background, and why you think that is so, and how you got started in your Plan B.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I am really happy to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been married to my husband, Chris, for 22 years. I have two lovely daughters, Savannah and Lily Mae. And I grew up in Kentucky, where I got my bachelor's degree in psychobiology and my master's degree in communication disorders. And then I moved straight to Sarasota, Florida, where for 26 years I worked in the medical speech language pathology field in comprehensive rehab and in the acute care settings.
Wow.
And yeah.
And you were doing speech pathology and all that, right?
Yes, I'm a medical speech pathologist. That's correct. And interestingly, a lot of people don't know about a speech pathologist, but we have very diverse areas of specialty, and one of mine in the medical aspect is swallowing disorders. So I have, had quite a bit of experience of helping people with nutrition and diets and things like that. And that's something a lot of people don't know about the medical side of speech pathology. So so it's sort of funny.
I've heard, sorry to interrupt you, I've heard about the gag reflex when you go to the dentist and all, but I didn't know about the swallowing and all. Yeah,
or that it has to be rehabilitated at times. So it is interesting. It's funny that we picked this Plan B topic for today, because when I got married, I remember my sister standing up at my rehearsal dinner and saying that something that she's always admired about me is not only do I always have a Plan A, but I have a Plan B, C, D, et cetera, et cetera. And so I guess it's just always been something in my nature to always be prepared. I was a Girl Scout. And another favorite motto of mine is to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And I think that just by nature, that's what's led me to be someone that has a Plan B. So it wasn't my particular home-based business that I have now and have had for 7 years wasn't something that I was seeking and searching for at the time. But I am someone that is always open to any opportunity. And I think that being an open-minded person has really helped me succeed in a lot of areas of life. And I pretty much will say yes to just about anything that somebody has to offer to share with me, because I think it's important to learn. As I mentioned, I got my bachelor's degree and it happened to be at a liberal arts college. And I really think that being diversely educated and knowledgeable is a great thing. I've won a lot of Trivial Pursuit games that way.
That's good.
So Yeah. So,
All right.
when
Go
somebody
ahead.
offered this opportunity, yeah, I was open-minded and I, I said yes and I listened. And I'm so grateful because it was almost a year to the date after I started my home-based business that my younger daughter was cast in the National Broadway tour of Annie.
Wow.
And, who knew that was going to happen? That's a life-changing opportunity for her. But you know what? With that, because she was all of 9 years old, meant that somebody had to go with her
Mm.
for 2 years, touring around the country. It was about 18 months. And I was able to say yes to her opportunity because I had said yes to my plan B.
Mm.
And so I had that business that I had worked successfully and had earned an extra stream of income there. And so I was able to leave my career of 26 years to go on the road with my daughter and make her dreams come true.
Ah,
And I really feel like my story is a wonderful Cinderella story for her. But many people's stories, when they tell you that they have to leave their job or that something has happened in their life, it's often not something exciting and happy. It's often something sad.
especially
Maybe,
right now with what's going on outside.
exactly. It could
Mm.
be an illness in the family. It can be a catastrophic accident, a car accident. It could be a pandemic
Yeah.
that causes a loss of
International
a job.
pandemic. Yeah.
So, again, you don't know. I would pray if somebody has to turn to their plan B that it's for something and a positive reason like myself, but most of the time that's not the case. But that doesn't mean that life has to get you down because if you have that plan B in place, you're going to be set no matter what happens.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Plan B. For people that don't know what a home-based network marketing company is, can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Absolutely. So, what that means really is that you do not have a brick and mortar office and you literally can do your business from any setting. And often people choose their homes. So often a home-based business and the network marketing industry is often a direct person-to-person education-based business. There are businesses that are often twofold. Usually they are acquiring a customer base, and
Oh, I'm
as well
sorry, I
as,
didn't get that. What was that? A what base?
well, I was saying that businesses in this industry are often twofold. They usually are acquiring a customer base as well as expanding your business by inviting others to do the business with you. So, in that second aspect, it's really much like traditional brick and mortar businesses. For example, an attorney, they can only have their own, clients, and that gets limited to the number of people that she can see in a 24-hour day, 7 days a week in a work week.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to work 7 days, right? But so like my business, in order for that attorney's business to grow, they need to invite other attorneys into their company to become partners. And so that's
Okay.
very typical of how the majority of businesses in general grow or franchise. And that's the same with ours. So
Mm.
another difference is that a home-based business is that I get to set my own hours. So it's very, very flexible.
Mm.
And, another thing that's very cool, other than being able to do it from anywhere, whether it's my home, my car, my beach, this
Mm.
country, another country, doesn't matter,
Okay.
is
Uh,
that there are many, many ways that you can reach out to people, which is very
sure.
cool. So you can, meet in person for coffee. You can meet on the phone, text, messenger, WhatsApp. There's different ways you can share one-on-one, in group.
Mhm.
You can have a booth at an event. You can do Facebook events, video or conference calls, social parties. It's
Mhm.
it's really limitless. So people are able to learn ways that work with their style and their personality. So there's
Do
no
you, fi-
one way to do it.
do you
And
find that a lot of
so
people like to meet on FaceTime or where you see the person?
It really, honestly, it completely varies based on the person that is having their business and who they're reaching out to. And that's the beautiful thing, is that you can adapt to, as the business owner, to your own desires, and you can also adapt to the desires of the person that you want to reach out and share to. And I love that. I mean, it's so flexible and so varied.
Sure.
And yeah, the other thing I like is that a home-based business also means that you don't have a boss and you don't have any employees.
Hmm.
So both of those can be really troublesome for people, and I love that.
You're,
So
you're you're basically your own boss.
absolutely. Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
what was it about the company, this company that you have there, that you chose to align yourself? What was it about the company that drew you to it, out of so many other home-based businesses?
Well, that's an awesome question, and there's a lot of facets to that for sure. But really, there are many reasons. And first, you really have to understand that to be successful as an entrepreneur, you really have to have several strong beliefs. You have to have belief in yourself, belief in your product, belief in the company, and belief in the industry. And I chose this company because I had a really strong belief in the products and the company. But I knew that I needed to build belief in myself, believe it or not. So the company that I chose has really a total support system, including lots and lots of personal growth training. We actually say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I
Hmm.
really like that, because although I don't have a boss, nor do I want one, and I don't have to be accountable to somebody, and I don't want to have to go into an office, and I don't want to have strict working hours, and I don't want to have to manage employees, I also don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
So I love that with my business, I have a community that really supports me, and that I get to communicate with peers frequently throughout the day. So I really like that part, because, again, I'm in business for myself, but I'm not at all by myself. And
Got
this
it.
is kind of a little side note, is that, in my prior profession, there was really no room to, quote, move up. And I really felt unchallenged. And
Mm.
in my company, if you want, you can have the opportunity to lead and inspire others, but it's not required. And that was something really lacking for me in my other profession. And so I really love that. I can grow as much or as little as I want.
Yeah, the other profession, you sort of had to work with different people that they were supplied to you, and basically be like I don't know, a person who gets things done on that, not selling so much, right?
Oh, no, I didn't at all. Although that's funny you say that, because, in my current profession, I really don't consider myself a salesperson. I ask people permission if I can share something with them, whether
Sure.
it's my product or my business opportunity. And if they say yes, and then I do. And really, it's about educating people enough to value what it is you have.
Sure.
And as a rehabilitation therapist, I remember a student that I was training once, and she was sitting in one of my sessions, and she said, when the patient left, she said, "Oh my gosh, you're a salesperson." And I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I'm an educator, but you have to educate someone no matter what it is. If you're wanting them to do exercises or you're wanting them to purchase your car, it doesn't matter what it is. You
Yeah.
have to educate them enough to understand the value of what it is, so that they can then make that choice." And so, again, I really think that covers, a lot of areas.
Sure.
Really, you could say we're salespeople with our kids. We're
Yeah.
trying to get